are good, and we are back for one of our favorite things, and we brought back one of our favorite guests.
Yes.
Back again.
Back again.
True.
This is Eric, who has been on the show many times, usually bringing gins or sours, and that's what we're going to have over the next several weeks. So that works out well, right?
We're trying a couple different things.
It's a holiday gathering
That's
here
right.
at AboutBeverages.com.
It is a holiday gathering, and we've gathered a duo of gins that I've never had before. Have you ever had either one of these?
No, I have not.
And you enjoyed both of them on the way over.
I did. Yeah.
did, no.
But don't tell anybody.
Don't let anyone know. Well,
No.
no one watches these anyway, so don't worry about it.
We're good then.
Yeah, we're okay.
Now, here's the good thing. These are perfect for the holidays. And
Okay.
especially those trying times when you have relatives and in-laws over.
It'll help get you through.
That's right.
Or give you something to look forward to after that
And
long
on
day
that
at work.
note,
Nope.
That is
The holidays are here for Eric.
yeah, they've already begun. And that's what we've got for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com
and I'm Eric,
with Eric.
just visiting.
Just visiting. That's right.
Now, he's sort of attained a sort of pseudo-member status of some sort. He's
It's a cult almost.
editor at large, or
Yeah. A cult following. I like it.
contributor at large.
That's right. There you go.
So.
So we've got two different gins here today. One of them, actually, I'm going to kind of let you talk a little bit about them. One of them I know is from Scotland, which
Right.
very excited about that. Have been wanting to try it for a while, and then you kind of brought this one over
Just for fun.
just a little something for fun. So.
Yeah. And this is a London dry gin. And again, just a nice change from some of the standard stuff out there. I mean, no offense, Bombay is delicious, but I like to change it up. So you got some fancy stuff here.
This is 50 pounds.
hmm
So, okay.
And then the Botanist.
Does the 50 pounds refer to the price? So that's like about $75 US, or
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, I forget actually the story behind it, but I think it tells you here. It's because of the tax from King George, the annual levy of 50 pounds, known as the 1736 Gin Act, which was imposed on those wishing to produce and sell gin. So,
oh, very interesting.
only 2 distilleries agreed to pay this, and 50 pounds gin is distilled in single batches produced in small quantities to preserve its quality.
Oh, very cool.
So,
Okay.
that's the story.
That is the story. So that's what we've got for that one. And then the Botanist, I've seen usually around $36, $37, something like
it's
that.
not bad at
Mid
all.
30s, not too
Yeah.
bad.
And I think actually 50 pounds goes close to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's not terribly expensive. And fortunately for the gin drinkers of the world out there, most of these are pretty reasonable compared to, say, some of the other spirits where they kind of gouge you. I don't know.
Well, but what intrigued you, actually, well, all of us really, is that this is a gin, but it's from Scotland.
Right.
Yes, only one made there. I was
Right.
reading about, and they use, I think it's like 31 or 32 different botanicals, most of them harvested there.
And actually, if you look here, there's a list.
Oh my gosh,
all
you're
of them.
right. Well, you've torn off. Oh, no, you didn't.
No,
They're right there.
I left it intact. I
It says
preserved
22 native botanicals.
yes,
Okay.
native to the island.
Native. Maybe there are other non-native botanicals mixed in
Yeah.
with the native botanicals.
And there's two actually different
commingle?
types of juniper they use. One
Yeah.
of them harvested there on the island. It's part of like a growth that like hangs over toward the sea.
Right.
Oh,
So
wow.
it picks up some of it. And then I think
Okay.
there is one of my favorite things in here, some peat.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
one of the botanicals
yeah.
they use as well. So that
Wow.
always makes me very excited.
This is pretty fascinating. I really actually think you guys will enjoy this.
We're going to find out.
We are going to find out. So you thought we should start with the 50 pounds. Should we go with that one?
Well, because I wanted to preserve the best for last.
Okay. Wait,
He's already giving it away.
that does not bode well for this
No,
one.
you know what? This one's actually very good.
Okay.
Also, there's not a gin that I haven't found that I've turned away and been like, this is terrible. It's just not happened.
No more of this.
I was wondering, like, has there? I mean, obviously,
Well, I mean,
at some point, you're not buying the.
you're not buying
lower
beef
tier
eater
things.
Yeah,
Right.
You're trying some. I mean, once you graduate to a high level of gin consumption, you're not gonna buy.
high level of gin consumption.
Drinking a lot of.
right.
A high level of gin consumption.
Yeah, that you're not going to waste your time on the bad stuff.
Not necessarily higher dollar amounts, just a lot of it.
I guess I said that wrong. But anyhow,
No, you said it just right.
so
We normally always start with color, but that's kind of ridiculous on.
Yeah.
with
Gin,
so
yeah.
we're just
this one has a nice crystal clear consistency.
Yeah.
Look at the legs, though.
Oh wow, there is actually.
Yeah.
Nice little oiliness to that.
Mhm.
Oh, that is pretty nice.
It's got a good, crisp, fresh scent.
Yeah, that is kind of that sort of classical sort of nose. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing like too wild or crazy, but it really gets to you there.
I mean, I think, if you were to classify this, it'd be that traditional gin smell, or bouquet.
Little
Sec-
pine, little juniper.
Mhm.
I get like a
Yeah.
little bit of it's more of
Yeah.
those kind of
Yep.
maybe a little like citrus of some sort.
Just a hint.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say that as well.
Maybe a touch of lemon verbena.
What
No.
is nice? That's like all the rage in
I,
beers. That
I
is that why
know.
you threw that out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny.
It's funny what stuff all of a sudden like you've never seen something in a beverage like I said specifically thought of a beer
Right.
like before and then all of a sudden it's like wow it's in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like either everyone gets the idea all at once or like it's just like the whispers through the grapevine at the larger the craft breweries also.
Right.
What Stone's using verbena? Well then we
better do
we
that
better
too.
put that one of our
Try it.
IPAs.
Yeah. Well, remember bergamot for a while was like the big trend of different, beverages and all kinds of stuff. So, all right, boys. That's clean, refreshing.
Creamy.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little. It's almost like a hint of some of the the gins that you the Old Tom.
Old Tom.
Yeah.
The Old Tom.
Yeah.
Like very light hint of that, not as much.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like this one has the juniper overpowering, where some people are so opposed to the flavor of gin. I think this would be a good one for a lot of people that say indulge in vodka.
I get
That they could actually get
Yeah.
started with some good gin.
and I didn't want to trash vodka again, but as I'm smelling a good gin, I just think that's great.
Yeah.
And when you smell vodka,
Yeah.
it's just
Why?
nothing. Yeah. So anyway, but
Yeah.
But to me, this ends with a little bit of alcohol,
Mhm.
little alcohol burn, and a flash of like
rind,
citrus zest.
Yeah.
I guess I do
Yeah,
get that little.
I do get a little more of the
Yeah,
citrus out of
finish.
this. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
with that.
It does have some heat, but blended in a nice gin and tonic, or
This
maybe a
one's-
martini.
Oh, martini sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we can make those in a minute.
That'll be phase 2 of
That's
this, of
right.
this show. 43.5% alcohol, so
Yeah.
it's not like
It's
definitely hitting
standard.
the scale. So,
Yeah.
although actually speaking of alcohol percentage, when I was at the store the other day, I bought another bottle of Plymouth because I was out of my Hendrix. So
Oh, yeah.
I kind of go back and forth between
Mhm.
different things, and they had the what is it the one that's the higher alcohol? It's 57%.
Oh, wow.
It has a specific name to it. It's the Captain's Plymouth Gin.
Oh,
It's that-
really?
but what it's you and I had talked about this on I think it was one of the Imbibe magazines that either I read or you were talking about.
and
it.
it mentioned.
Yeah, I wish I could remember what it was, but the
Oh, yeah, I
57.
remember
but
you talking about. Okay, yeah.
but it refers to the. It's like it refers to the amount of heat needed to fire gunpowder.
Oh, interesting.
Or something like that, and that was like the whole tale was that was why all the boat captains and stuff would take this with them because then
Mhm.
that was how if they needed to get gunpowder going, that was like what it took to get the fire going.
Just a splash
A
of
little
this.
splash of that, and the heat would kind of
Yeah.
help get that going. Boy, I wish oh man, it's like Captain. I'll remember it, or actually, it's right there.
Yes.
I just put it at the
right
bottom of
here.
the screen
I saw
right
it.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I have to tell you, this has just a nice quality of a touch of sweetness that just kind of lingers on the palate. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, the sweet.
You
for
could
me-
sip that one, and
Yeah.
a little, just like we are.
Yeah.
And
Neat.
just do a
It's
little something like-
wonderful.
Yeah.
I do really get the sweet. That's what kind of hits me 1st.
Mhm.
Then, like you said, then a little bit of citrus, a little alcohol heat, and then I get like a little nice kind of liveliness on the front of my tongue.
It does,
too.
yeah, have a little. It's almost like a sparkle.
It is actually. Yeah, it's a little Robin Sparkles.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that little How I Met Your Mother moment. on
Let's
the
go
front of
to
my
them
tongue.
all.
That's right. All right, so let's move on to the Botanist. Yeah, they have a really nice website, like I said, which I'll have a link to at AboutBeverages.com. I was checking out, and yeah, it was nice. There was
2 fingers, boys.
two
No.
fingers, three fingers. But yeah, it was a lot of good, interesting information about the history and like you were just reading about the type of still that they use and stuff like that. It's neat, and they even had some drink recipes on there that were not just your average martini. They had
Right,
some other
yeah.
stuff on there, which is nice because they're going to be the ones that know what you should be doing
Oh,
with their
absolutely.
particular product. At least
Yeah.
you hope they would.
I mean, one of the best gin beverages I ever had was a cucumber gimlet.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. The cucumber imparted this freshness along with the gin. It was delightful. I recommend trying it.
I always get the cucumber when I have the Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
That's
that's
that
in there.
That one really comes out because that's in
present.
there, and that's just always a neat.
Yeah.
All right, we'll skip over color again.
But really see, again, you can really see
this one again. Yeah.
Unctuous.
Ooh, I like that word. You want to throw that again?
Word. Unctuous.
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 The oily.
Yeah. Oily resins.
Yeah.
Much more muted nose.
Yeah, it's not.
It is milder. I don't know why I was expecting this one to just kind of leap out, not as neatly and as pointed as the London, but
Yeah.
Well, the London, if you start to take almost too big of a whiff, you start to get that like, oh, I'm smelling hard alcohol kind of thing. Whereas this, you can take a really nice deep.
And this is actually
breath.
46%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one's
and
actually
there's
higher.
higher. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I do get the sea spray, the little bit of salt, a little bit of saltiness,
Little brininess
in there.
yeah, I could see that for sure.
It needs more peat.
Yeah, well, taste it and see what you think.
Oh my gosh, that is delicious.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
This has turned out to be probably one of my favorites, next to 209, which is still one of my all-time
so
favorite
good.
gins. Yeah,
The citrus level on that is just
Is
so
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That in a gin and tonic.
is top notch. You
Done.
can't
Yeah.
beat it. Yeah.
No.
But I think this Botanist is a nice twist on traditional gin. I think it's got just a great, well-rounded flavor. It's different. It's
There's
nice.
some fire there, though.
Yeah, it
There's
does have a little bit.
You know what it is though? It's very peppery.
Mhm.
Like it's almost like there's black pepper in
Yeah.
there.
You
I
get
get
it.
the black pepper. I get almost like a
Absolutely.
touch of some sort of. There is like a little bit of smoke or a little bit of something else back there.
There's in the back. There's
Yeah.
there's a layer there.
And I'm not getting the heat that I'd gotten from.
No, this one drinks much hotter.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It does actually drink
Mhm.
much hotter.
The one we have drinks hotter. You think,
yeah, the
really? You
50
think that one?
Just alcohol.
Okay, because I've got more of a lingering.
I'm setting aside the spice and those
Okay.
things. I'm talking about on the finish. This finish is much smoother.
Oh yeah.
To me, because all of these other flavors are going on, like you said, toward the front. Like I'm getting spicy peppery.
Yeah.
I'm getting all that kind of stuff.
I don't think it dances on your tongue as long as the 50 pounds also. You know, it's
Not on the front. I'm getting a lot on the sides though.
Mhm.
Like I'm getting like I think that saltiness kind of comes through, a little
Right.
brininess on there.
Right.
See, I've got back and front of my tongue going on. To me, like this one is just like it's in there, gets down to business, it's gone. But I mean, it's
It's business
nice,
time.
neat, clean. Right, it's business time. This one's kind of like, hey, I'm here.
hey, how you doing?
I'm a little hot.
yeah.
There is like
I'm gonna leave you with a little something.
There's a little sultriness to this one.
There,
It
well,
is.
because you need to. This one you could figure out really quickly.
Yeah.
This one it's a little more complex.
This
You
is
need
like
to-
the
you
mysterious lady in a red dress.
You need a little more time with this
Yes.
person. Yes,
You've really got to work it.
You-
The long, cool
which-
woman in a red dress.
which you're good at.
Exactly.
If anyone knows how to work the
The red dress.
Eric
You wear a
down.
red dress?
No, not wearing.
Is this your?
No.
Is this your
How I work the
He works
ladies
the lady in the
dress.
red dress.
Yeah. That was the Eric of the past.
What? 2 months ago?
Yeah, it was literally when I worked at the other store.
It was literally then.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to a second sip of this one,
Mm-hmm.
there are other. I agree with you. Like,
Yeah.
there's much more to it than I even initially had thought.
But it's not medicinal tasting. You know,
No.
there's
No.
and I think with the previous one, like the Nolet's, was very floral and lavendery or something.
Well, when we
Remember?
said good and plenty, I think licorice.
Yeah,
yeah,
licoricey.
yeah, there was
And-
very
yeah.
much was a
And
licorice
sweet,
flavor to
yeah,
that one.
candy.
Yeah, and I think this has just got a well-rounded balance. And like I said, still one of my favorite gins at this point.
Now, have you only, like I said, there wasn't much out of this bottle, so you have had this one before.
Mhm.
Did you actually make it in a drink, or did you just have a little sip of it like we're having now?
No, I started with just a sip.
Oh, okay.
And then typically I end up making gin and tonics because they're easy, and I'm usually pretty lazy when I get home from work or something. so you know, a lime wedge, some tonic, and you're pretty much good to go.
When it's
not
warm here in
over-involved.
Tucson most of the year, so
Right.
yeah, that is a nice, refreshing beverage
Yeah.
just about any time of the year.
Yeah,
So
I
and
kind of-
it's
yeah,
a
I-
great stress reliever too.
this probably would, though. This would probably lend itself to one of my favorite martinis, the dirty martini.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah,
Because
already
you got the
incorporating
you already
some
got,
salt.
you got the brine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
would be a
that
nice
would be
compliment.
good. Even maybe a little if you had the garlic stuffed olive in there.
Oh, yeah, that would be
that
nice.
would probably enhance
Now you're
that.
talking.
I do love the garlic
Yeah.
stuff. I actually had a martini last night.
Oh, nice.
I did the.
You were warming up. You were
I
preparing.
think I was. Yeah, I didn't even.
You
think about
knew.
it. See, now that's what interests me because, like, initially, just from drinking this, taking the laziness factor out of it, like
Right.
this one screams to me martini.
Sure.
Does not necessarily scream gin and tonic.
No.
But it tastes.
It
was
does
good,
taste
though?
very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's what I love about the 209 is because that one
Works
It
perfectly.
works fine as a martini. I'm happy with that. But yeah, that one just screams
Much better.
gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Just
The
'cause
citrus
botanicals.
in there just brings out a gin and tonic, whereas this one, yeah, would lend itself greatly to a fantastic martini or even, one of the old traditional gin beverages out there. I love it.
That's really good. That is definitely going to be next on my list for purchase when I need another bottle of gin. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
get that.
Hey, great Christmas present.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Hint, hint.
yeah, exactly. Hint from everyone here at the table.
Hey, you guys are getting imbibe again. So.
Thank you, sir. Hey, and that
I
is
know,
a
I'm
great
excited about that.
a
That's
great
awesome.
read actually. I actually enjoy reading through that magazine. It's fantastic.
So, yeah, it is
There's a lot.
good
There's
magazine.
a lot of fun
Yeah.
stuff in there.
I don't
yeah.
even know how you discovered it, but I'm thankful you did.
Where did I discover that?
It was several years ago.
Oh, I've
like-
had it since 2006.
Was it
think.
at AA?
Yeah, yeah. They had leaflets.
Copies there.
They had copies. Yeah, please subscribe to this.
Subscribe to
Every once
this.
in a while, there's a coffee article in there. You'll be
Yeah.
okay with
There's
that.
some sodas in there. and
It's
stuff.
about beverages.
I don't know
about
where-
everything.
Oh,
Wait a
you know, wait a minute,
second.
that's us.
That's you guys.
That's us.
I actually think it was a podcast I was listening to that. I used to listen to some coffee podcasts, and I think the guy said he had been working with this new magazine, Imbibe, and done an article for them. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a neat magazine title. So I tried that out. So I think that's where that came from.
That's cool.
Years ago. But Eric, thank you very
Yeah.
much for
Well, thanks
sharing
for having me.
the gins with us.
I love to come visit and talk gin, sours, and
Oh.
It was just a coincidence that I had a camera set up and
Yeah.
everything else. You
Yeah.
just came over for the heck
I
of it.
did just to hang out with you.
We
guys.
sat down this way.
Yeah.
This is how we always sit.
Yeah, exactly. This is how
Facing-
the table always is, and,
And-
facing that way.
And the bottles are always out.
yeah, exactly.
right.
Facing
This
the
way.
way so that everyone can see them. Exactly.
And there's always random stuff that appears down here, bits of information.
Wouldn't that be great in your life if, like, you couldn't think about something, all of a sudden just a little subtitle will
Soon.
pop
Well,
up
that's almost what
Soon.
someday? Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank Eric for coming over. And if you want tasting notes or more information about either of these gins, definitely head on over to the website AboutBeverages.com. And yeah, if there's someone on your list that is a gin drinker, I think either one of these would work. If you know that they like a lot of different things, I would lean toward the Botanist.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
they want that. But
And
Yeah, if they're already gin familiar, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
if
yeah.
they're not a novice gin drinker, introduce them to the advanced levels.
the advanced levels. Kick it up. But whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.